So, a couple of episodes ago, I talked about, and I don't remember, I'm doing so many of these shows, y'all. Please forgive me. Y'all might know better than I do because some of
Yes.
y'all tell me, you remember when you said on this show? No, I do not remember what I say on these shows. I'm recording for a week. I don't remember, but I know I said it on a previous episode that the media is a large part of the framing of stereotypes that we have in America.
Yeah.
And the media brainwashes you. This is what I mean by that. It will tell you that every black man is a danger to you, that
Mm.
will hurt you, rob you, kill you, rape you. It tells you that every Italian person is part of the mafia. It tells you that every Jewish person loves money. It'll tell you that every Irish person has a nasty temper and beats their wives.
Mhm.
It'll tell you that every Muslim person straps a bomb to their back or leaves bombs underneath plane state not plane stations. Plane stations isn't a thing, but bus stations in the airports,
It's
right?
plane stations.
Well, okay, plane stations, that's what it is. The media and how they portray different groups of people are how certain people who are, it goes back to the point where if you're not interacting with a certain community, the only thing that you have to know about this community is how they're portrayed on television.
Mhm.
And if you go back to TV's first television show, the villains were always black. You were always taught to fear black people. If you watch Fox News, you would swear to God that black people are the only one committing any black and brown. The black and brown people are the only ones committing any type of crime. So if you're
Mhm.
constantly watching the Fox News, the Newsmax, the OANs, still to this day, right? Because media has been portraying black people as the monsters, you'll actually believe that. And that brainwashing just doesn't happen with white people. It
Mm.
happens in our own community because I will tell you that there are some times when I'm walking down the streets in Washington, D.C., and there's a couple of young black men, and I'm in a kind of a rough area because D.C. is some good, some bad. I get a little tense. I brace up because you never know what to expect. Now, part of that is I'm street smart, so it doesn't matter if I'm walking down the street, there's a whole bunch of black guys, if I'm walking down the street, a whole bunch of white guys or Spanish guys. If it's a whole bunch of guys, I'm going to tense up.
Mhm.
But you would think I would give my people the benefit of the doubt, but also the media has portrayed a group of black guys as being a gang that's going to attack me.
Yeah. Well, the whole purpose of media, if you look at it from a sociological, anthropological perspective, is
Uh-oh,
to
here we go. I'm just saying, we're about to
it
get
made
some
me not
knowledge.
it made me not want to say it.
No, 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 no. I was about to be like, we're about to get some knowledge. I'm not cutting you off. I'm cheering you on. Knowledge.
Yeah.
Go ahead, drop it.
Yeah, I mean, if we look at it historically, not just historically, but in modernity, like the purpose of media is to shape society. It is to let us know what are the parameters by which we're supposed to live, how we're supposed to look, how we're supposed to dress, how we're supposed to talk, how we're supposed to conduct ourselves in polite society. Media is the thing that we look to understand. It's supposed to be, we learning this in the home, but most people ain't got no damn sense. So media and media media 100% informs all of our understanding of society and of people within our culture. So that is the whole purpose of media to begin
And
with.
and yes, it's a brainwashing. It
Yes, it's
really is. It's a
propaganda.
brainwashing
It,
until you
it's a propaganda tool. Yes.
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 And
So
so this report didn't surprise me. Like I already knew that.
mm,
But there are going to be some people out there that are like, oh, I just don't believe that.
well, the eye tracking software didn't lie. So
Yeah, right. Like
it was
like
it's
like
right there in
that's
your face.
and
What I would this part be interesting to you, that Black teachers had more eye movement towards the Black students looking for behavior issues?
that wouldn't surprise me for a couple of different reasons. Um, one, when you go into teaching, like you try to check your biases at the door. Like if you're smart and an evolved person, you recognize that you have biases.
Right.
If you don't,
Knock it off. Yes, you do.
evolve. Yes, everybody has biases. I don't have a racist bone in your body. You got a lot of bones in your body. Some of
Yeah.
them is racist. Whether you want to
Hmm.
recognize it or not, or realize the truth, you don't. But so though, for those people that recognize it, and I would venture to believe it's a lot of educators, because I remember being in the education department at the University of Maryland, and it was some teachers was ready to go into neighborhoods that's like, you can go there if you want to. I ain't going there. Like
Hmm.
I'm not going there.
Hmm.
Um, but so I would say that some of these teachers will probably make a conscious effort not to, because once again, like you said earlier, they don't want to be portrayed as I'm not like one of those.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you have a situation where people would be so adamant about not being one of those that they go to the extreme.
Hmm.
Uh, so I can see that. Now us, we'll look at somebody and be like, look at this little black ass. I bet he bad as hell.
Well, what the researchers they didn't obviously didn't have an answer. I feel like they were pretty close, but what they said was, this was in Yale News. Black teachers hold Black students to a higher standard of behavior than do
Mm,
their white counterparts. Um, the study didn't explore why this difference in attitude exists, but the researchers speculate that Black educators may be demonstrating a belief that Black children require harsh assessment and discipline to prepare them for a harsh world. I feel like that's close. It's sort of like touching on the talk that most Black people get in at home about how to conduct yourselves when you go out into the world,
mm.
because you're a Black person in America, and with that carries just shit. And so that we have to
Yeah,
deal with.
yeah.
And
I don't, I didn't need no Yale study to tell me
mhm,
that Black people look to the next generation and says to them, this is not unspoken. No matter how good you are, you better make sure that you were a lot better than your counterpart,
mhm.
because you're not going to get the same treatment as them.
And so
So, yeah, go
wondering
ahead.
if I'm wondering if the thought process where they clock the eye movement of the Black teachers towards the Black students of like, just as long as it's not you, baby. Who is it? Like, I'm just gonna watch you, make sure I don't have to hit enter on you, sweet angel. Like
Well,
that's
but isn't that kind of what I said, right?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
kind of, but it's the same thing. It's just like it's either it's either don't be the bad one,
Hmm.
or please don't be the bad one,
Yeah.
because don't show out in front of these people.